Hello everyone, this is Matt Vasquez, and on today's podcast topic, we'll be talking about Tony Romo and what people are saying about him now. Today on this podcast, we are going to talk about Tony Romo, who is currently the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, who certainly does take a lot of criticism for several things, whether he's tough, whether he's an elite quarterback, whether he's a good leader, just a bunch of different things. So we're going to touch on a few points of those today and have a few guest speakers. We are here with our first guest speaker today, Taylor Lewis, a good dear friend, and he is going to give us some insight of what he thought of Tony Romo when he first became starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, because it's a big deal to lead America's team and try and win playoff games and Super Bowls. So Taylor, what was your first thought when Tony Romo became starting quarterback?
My first thought was, who the hell is this guy? And then after watching a few games, I was like, wow, the Cowboys finally have a new quarterback. And as the years have progressed, I think he's gotten more and more better, despite having a few games where he throws interceptions in the fourth quarter.
With that being said, do you think Tony Romo has proven himself and done enough to take his team to the next level?
In my opinion, I think he has, especially after almost beating what is arguably the best defense in the league. And then the next week to come back into a game with a broken rib and a punctured lung and lead his team to a victory in overtime. He has definitely proven himself.
We thank you very much, Taylor, for coming on to the show today. It's always good to hear what someone else has to say about hot topics that are going on in the sports world, especially in the NFL. So thank you very much, and we look forward to hearing you on the show again. Thank you. Going back to what Taylor said about the fractured ribs and the punctured lung, just imagine playing a football game with those type of injuries. I mean, you can barely sleep. I mean, it hurts to breathe and stuff like that. So it certainly does take someone special as a leader to really pick up his team to be able to fight through that type of condition and really give motivation to his teammates for them to see their leader is out there playing with these types of severe injuries, that there should be no excuses made when someone is out there putting their life on the line just to win a football game. These past 2 weeks, all over ESPN, all over NFL Network, it's been nothing but how Tony Romo has played through these injuries and how people are really second guessing of what they think of Tony Romo, of how he's a different leader, a different person, and a different player. So I brought in one more guest to tell us what he's thinking about all this recent news. So we are here now with Caleb Culbertson to give us his opinion on how Tony Romo's past two performances have shaped his new image.
Tony Romo, man, a lot of people in the past really looked at Tony as a kind of a scrub, kind of a guy who's kind of soft and doesn't really have the mental capability to win a game or even make it far throughout the playoffs. But in these last two games, I really feel like he stepped up and played through a lot of pain, and he showed the fans and also his teammates that he's capable of doing big things out there on the field.
Would you consider Tony Romo a Super Bowl caliber quarterback?
I feel like he's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback in the making. I feel like week by week he's showing us that he does have the potential to become an elite quarterback in the NFL. But occasionally we still get the miscue, the off pass, things that we don't see out of Tom Brady or Ben Roethlisberger or the former Peyton Manning. But I do think that with some continual growth that he can be pretty good and he could take us to the Super Bowl.
So, if the Cowboys were to win a Super Bowl, how many years do you think it would be till that happened?
believe it or not, I think it happened here pretty soon. I mean, I don't want to go on a limb and say this year, but I think it can happen pretty soon. You continue to put guys around Tony that can make plays, keep giving them a line. Really what we need is a line. But, yeah, if you keep putting pieces around him, I think he has a chance pretty soon.
Some good points there by Caleb Culbertson. We thank you very much. And that'll wrap up this edition of the Matt Vasquez podcast show. I would like to give a special thanks to Caleb Culbertson and Taylor Lewis for being able to hear what they had to say today. And that should just about do it. Thank you very much.